C4 pathways occur in your arid, dry environments. And you even have what's called a CAM pathway, crustacean acid metabolism pathway, as that occurs with cactus in the desert or pineapples in Hawaii. The carbon dioxide comes in, and the crustacean acid metabolism pathway will grab the carbon dioxide and hold it in the cell, and then when these products are made, it'll hand it off into a C3 pathway in the cell when conditions are right. So the C3 pathway is there for photosynthesis. It's just how the carbon dioxide gets in there, because you got that C4 pathway and the CAM pathway. Carbon dioxide will come in, an enzyme will fixate the carbon dioxide, hold it in the cell, and then when this stuff is ready, the carbon dioxide will get passed off into the C3 pathway. That's at the end of this chapter, discussing these two alternate pathways of how you hang on to carbon dioxide. Why would you want to hold carbon dioxide in a cell instead of just letting it come in and go as it pleases? During the day when it's really hot, what are plants going to want to do?
Hold their moisture in.
Hold their moisture in. And they have these little cells on the bottom of the leaf called guard cells that will close. So it holds any chemicals or gases inside that leaf. Well, if you've got all your carbon dioxide being used up, photosynthesis will stop. So these CAM and C4 pathways bring the carbon dioxide in when those guard cells can be open, when it's cooler or when it's at night, holds the carbon dioxide in the cell, and then the carbon dioxide's in there when the light-dependent reaction occurs, producing these. We've got the carbon dioxide in there that these two have, and then they can just hand it into this pathway. These C3 plants, their guard cells can be open all the time, and the carbon dioxide just comes and goes through the guard cells because it's a cool, moist environment. Now, the reason why you've got this alteration here is because rubisco, an enzyme, its substrate is the carbon dioxide. It also has a competitive inhibitor, and that's oxygen. As oxygen builds up during the photosynthetic process, if those guard cells are closed, oxygen stays in there, and then rubisco has carbon dioxide and oxygen fighting for its active site. That's called photorespiration. And it's a very inefficient way for a cell to respire. So photosynthesis is not going to be as efficient when oxygen is binding to the rubisco, competitive inhibition, when it should be carbon dioxide. So there's a little section there on photorespiration explaining how the oxygen is a competitive inhibitor to the rubisco enzyme. That's photosynthesis. Many different metabolic pathways, enzymatically driven by the sun's energy. Keywords like photons, those little packets of energy coming from the sun to excite those electrons, causing that photoelectric effect, those electrons jumping out of their magnesium ion and the chlorophyll. Photolysis, another term, the splitting of the water molecule to liberate electrons. Photorespiration, a lot of photo words here. Photosystem 1 and photosystem 2. Photosynthesis, I mean, there's a list of 8 words that say photo on them somehow. That you should list them all together so that you can understand them separately. And that's all I have for photosynthesis. Damn, I need my overheads.
That's beautiful.
There was so many times when I would have stopped and shown something and then gone back.
Yes, well, if they needed that or wanted that.
Well, that's like, you know, doing the photosystem 1 and photosystem 2, talking about the electrons jumping. That's when I show this picture, which then, what I'm saying makes a lot more